Derick Sylvester was elected to the post of President of the Grenada Bar Association unopposed on January 13, 2022. During a press brief at his Local Street office on Wednesday, the GBA president spoke about the association's intent for the duration of their tenure, which includes the examination of legislation that may require amendment.
The plans that we have, and we have started working on it already, is that we intend to examine all the legislation that intend to be passed. There were 18 pieces of legislation that has since been passed to the Bar Association. We have had comments from our numerous colleagues, and I thank each and every one of them for giving their comments and their contribution. And that has since been sent back to the Attorney General and the attorney who was responsible for drafting it. So what I could say is that we have started off on a good footing. We just have to continue the work, and I could assure you that we will do the best that we can under the circumstances, because
the attorney elaborated on aspects of the legislation.
There's bits of legislation that seeks to amend the criminal code, the criminal procedure code, the cohabitational act. One of the very telling piece of legislation is the cohabitational bill, which seek to give legitimacy for property rights for persons who are in a union. That's persons who are in a union, they're not married, but they've been in a union for 5 years or more. So these persons would have an interest in property.
The Hall of Justice has been on the books since 2010 under the National Democratic Congress administration. In 2019, Minister for Legal Affairs Kindra Mathurin-Stewart says architectural drawings and designs were being considered towards a final decision. There were plans to construct a 50,000 square foot Hall of Justice building on the grounds that once housed the official residence of the Governor General. But with the High Court yet without a home, Sylvester spoke on the long outstanding issue.
I have already raised the issue with the powers that be in relation to a House of Justice. I know that there are issues in relation to funding, but that is something that, of course, that the bar would be championing for, that we need a House of Justice. You know, in the interim, we understand the circumstances, the constraints that we're operating under as it relates to COVID, but it's something I would really like us to get off the ground, because one, it's going to be a cost factor, and so we can't trivialize that, but it's needed, it's necessary.
The annual Law Week will be back this year after being put on hold last year due to COVID-19 pandemic. Sylvester described his appointment as a humbling one, expressing gratitude to his colleagues for the confidence they have placed in him to lead the charge for the next 15 or so months. Christina John, GBA News.